Hi students, in this video I will explain about electrical properties of solids. Here solids exhibit an amazing range of electrical conductivities extending over a 27 orders of magnitude ranging from 10 to the power of minus 20 to 10 to the power of 7 per ohm per meter. Solids can be classified into three types on the basis of their conductivities, that is conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Now let us learn about one by one clearly and what are the ranges differentiate from conductors to the insulators, insulators to the semiconductors. So first one is conductors. Here the solids with conductivities ranging between 10 to the power of 4 to 10 to the power of 7 per ohm per meter are called as here conductors. So if the solids exhibits this range is known as here conductors. Metals have conductivities in the order of 10 to the power of 7 per ohm per meter. So these are going to exhibited by the metals. So that reason metals are called as a good conductors. So second one is insulators. Here insulators, these are the solids with very low conductivities ranging between 10 to the power of minus 20 to 10 to the power of minus 10 per ohm per meter is known as here insulators. This will conduct a low conductivity. Then what about the semiconductors? The semiconductors, these are the solids with conductivities in the intermediate range from conductors to the insulators, that is 10 to the power of minus 6 to 10 to the power of 4 per ohm per meter. So these semiconductors having a range in between conductors and insulators. Now let us learn about how these conductivity properties appears in conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Among those very important 2 points is known as conductors and here semiconductors, because insulators it do not conduct electricity. Of course if it will be conducts electricity, that too it is having very minute, means very less conductivity property, or you can say that insulators do not conduct the electricity. Why and what is the reason behind for that? Now let us learn about. So first one is known as here conduction of electricity in metals, that is known as conductors. So here first one is conduction of electricity in metals, that is here a conductor, if you called a conductor, what it will conduct means it may conduct electricity through the movement of electrons, or you can call it as ions. So such type of substances are called as here conductor. If the conductivity must be appears or the conduct electricity through which formation it is indicates that it will formation by the movement of electrons or ions. So such type of substances are called as here conductor. So metallic conductors belonging to the former category and electrolytes to the later. So here metal conduct electricity in solid as well as in molten state. Means if you take a example, metals will conduct electricity in both the state, that is solid state as well as molten state also. Means in both the nature it will conduct electricity. The conductivity of metals depend upon the number of valence electrons available per atom. So which type of a concept it is going to depends, it is indicates that how many number of valence electrons are present, number of valence electrons available per atom. The atomic orbitals of metal atoms from molecular orbitals which are so close in energy to each other as to form one type of nature that is known as a band. You should remember that band. If this band is partially filled or it overlaps with a higher energy unoccupied, that is called as conduction band, then the electrons can flow easily under an applied electrical field and the metal shows conductivity. So here you should remember that they will be having two types of bands. So one it is called as conduction band and another one it is called as valence band. Here there is appears of two types of bands. One it is called as a conduction band and another one it is called as valence band. What is the meaning of here conduction band and valence band? Which one it is having a higher energy band and which one it is having a lower energy band? Now let us learn about here. Conduction band, it is having a one higher energy, means higher energy it is going to having, and it must be an empty band. Then what about the valence band? It is called as here lower energy band, and it is a completely filled band. So here the gap between conduction band to the valence band, how you can represent by using a diagrammatic representation, means just you can say this is, for example, these two bands are present, so this must be represented as conduction band, and here lower energy it is called as valence band. This valence band must be filled. So the gap between conduction band to the valence band, is known as forbidden zone or forbidden gap. So now itself I have already explained that the conductivity must be appears in metals through movement of electrons or movement of ions. How it is in the sense, the electrons must be get excited, or movement must be appears from lower energy level to the higher energy level, means valence band to the conduction band. In this case of if the gap between filled valence band and the next higher unoccupied band, it is called as a conduction band, is large, electrons cannot jump to it, and such a substance has very small conductivity and it behaves as an insulator. But here we are discussing here conductors. So in this case of conductors, means the gap between conduction band to the valence band, it will be very small, so that if the gap is very less or do not contain any type of gap, so at that time such type of substances are called as here good conductors. So these are acts as a one here conductors in nature. If the gap it will be very large, so such type of substances are called as insulators. So this is about the first one, conduction of electricity in metals. Here in later you can observe that one diagrammatic representation. By the diagrammatic representation you will be clearly knowing about that how they differentiate between metals to the insulator to the semiconductors. Now next concept we will learn about conduction of electricity in semiconductors. So next it is conduction of electricity in semiconductors. How it is conduction of electricity in semiconductors? In case of semiconductors, the gap between valence band valence band and conduction band. Valence band and conduction band is small, so that automatically the electrons may jump. Where to where indicates that from filled band to the empty band. Filled band, which band it is having one? Filled band means valence band to the conduction band. Here electrical conductivity of semiconductors increases with rise in temperature, means here conductivity it will be increases. How it will be increases indicates that whenever rise in temperature, automatically the conductivity property will be increases, since more electrons can jump to the conduction band. Substances like silicon, germanium show this type of behavior and are called as intrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors. What is the new word here? Intrinsic semiconductors means what here? The conductivity of these intrinsic semiconductors is too low to be of practical use. Their conductivity is increased by adding an appropriate amount of suitable impurity. So this process is called as doping. You should remember very important point here. Doping. What is here doping? It is nothing but usually semiconductors having a range in between conductors to the insulators. So here we will increase the conductivity property. How we can increase? It is nothing but their conductivity it will be increased. Their conductivity is increased. How it will be increased? It is indicates that by adding an appropriate amount of suitable impurity. So such type of a process is called as here doping. So it is very important short note question. What is doping? What is the meaning of doping? The conductivity will be increased by adding of a suitable and impurity. So such type of process is called as here doping. Here doping can be done with an impurity which is electron rich or electron deficient as compared to the intrinsic semiconductor silicon or germanium. Such impurities are introduced in an electronic defects in them. So this doping can be applied to that of the electron rich impurities or electron deficient impurities, and that it depends upon the substances are going to using, like we are going to using silicon or germanium. So you can understand here the diagrammatic representation between metals insulators to the semiconductors. Here metals will have a partially filled band, or they are going to overlapping with each other from valence band to the conduction band. Here lower energy band is called as a lower energy, fulfilled band is called as a valence band, and higher energy band is called as a conduction band. There is not having any gap between the valence band to the conduction band, so that the electrons it is easily jump or move from a lower energy to the higher energy, so that the movement must be appears in very fast, so that metals are called as a good conductors of electricity. Then what about the insulators? Insulators is the one here there is having a large gap between filled band to the empty band, means valence band to the conduction band. So if the electrons can have capacity to movable, indicates that it cannot reach to that conduction band, so that the electrons could not move from valence band to the conduction band, so that here the gap between valence band to the conduction band is known as forbidden energy gap or forbidden zone. So here there is a large gap, it will be occurs in insulators, so it do not conductors it do not conducts electricity. Then what about the semiconductors? It is having a in range between metals to the insulators, it is having a gap, but that gap must be very small so that the electrons can have a capacity to movable from valence band to the conduction band, so that the movement of electrons must be appears. So if the movement will be present, it is called as one conductor. So here these are the difference between metals to the insulators to the semiconductors. Then among those 3 points, very important point you can remember here, semiconductors. So here if we apply the sum of the energy, some amount of energy, it will conduct some good conductors. So that here the next concept it will be present according to the NCERT textbook is known as here conduction properties, how it will be increases in semiconductors in the formation of electron rich impurities and electron deficient impurities. So electron rich, for the type of electron rich semiconductors, which type of a doping process it should be appears. At the same time, electron deficient conductors, for the electron deficient conductors, which type of a dopants we have to use. So such type of a concept we should know about in next videos.